Welcome back to Real Talk Fitness with ANPT. I'm your host, Ashleigh Cumins, the owner of ANPT. This is the podcast where we cut the fluff, ditch the gimmicks, and get down to what really matters when it comes to fitness, nutrition, and becoming the best version of yourself. Whether your goal is to build strength, reshape your body, or simply feel amazing in your own skin, you're in the right place. It's time for honest, practical advice and empowering conversations that keep it real and help you take action. Episode 5 is all about fuck the new year, new me bullshit. It's that time of year where everyone is ready to set new goals, set this whole envision of a new me, new year, and I'm here to debunk that fuck the new year, new me bullshit. Let's get started. Let's get real. New year, new me is played out. We don't need a whole new version of yourself. In 2025, it's about building on the foundation you already have. In this episode, I'm calling out that pressure to reinvent yourself every January at the start of every year. We want to focus on how to embrace who you are right now and build from there. Create habits that stick without extreme resolutions. Setting goals that align with your values and make you stronger, healthier, and more intentional. This year isn't about starting over. It's about leveling up on your terms, your intentions. So fuck the new year, new me bullshit. It's the same you with different intentions. This whole idea of a new you implies there's something wrong with the person you are right now. This mindset is toxic. And it feeds into shame, self-criticism, and the belief that you're not good enough until you change. The truth is, growth doesn't start from hating where you are. It starts from appreciating who you are right now and deciding to build on that. An example is, I need to fix my body. Say, I want to get stronger because I care about my health. This new year, new me is bullshit. It sends that message that we're not enough. And most resolutions fail because they're extreme, vague, or really unattainable. Real growth starts with self-acceptance. And the phrase new year, new me is everywhere. We're going to see it a lot. But let's be honest, it's complete bullshit. Because you're the same person you were yesterday, unless you set intentions to change. You need to accept who you are. Self-acceptance is the biggest thing that we're missing with this new year, new me bullshit. You don't need to erase yourself to grow. Improvement comes from love, not shame. You're the same person you were last year, as yesterday, as the year before. You've had lessons that you've chose to grow from. You haven't made mistakes. You haven't failed. These are all part of the journey of growth in life. You're no different. This whole new year, new me bullshit sets you up for failure. Focus on self-acceptance, not self-criticism. Start from a place of love, not shame. I know so many people that have this drive or intention to train, not because out of love, out of shame and hate. That there is a start of a bad, vicious circle. They're doing things for themselves because they hate themselves rather than doing things out of a place of love. So the journey to start with is going to be hard. It isn't going to be enjoyable because you're doing it out of a place of hate. Example, I don't need to fix myself. I want to grow and improve because I value my health and happiness. Self-acceptance doesn't mean staying stagnant. It means acknowledging where you are, celebrating your progress, and setting goals that make you feel good about yourself, not goals based on punishment. Majority of the goals that I hear people set is because they hate themselves, not because they love themselves. An example of that is I want to eat healthier because I want to look better because I hate the way I look. Rather than go, I want to eat better because it makes me feel better. And when I feel better, I am a better person. Why does self-acceptance matter? When you start from a place of self-love, your goals come from wanting to add value, not to fix yourself. Realistic goals. The new year, new me encourages unrealistic expectations. Set realistic goals. Break your big goals into small, actionable steps. Focus on how you'll achieve them, not just what you want. An example of that, I want to feel stronger and healthier. To get that, I need to hit the gym 3 times a week and prioritize protein in my meal. Real growth is a process. It's about progress, not perfection. In one of my previous episodes, I spoke about how 92% of people fail their goals because they're extreme or they're vague or extremely unsustainable. Every time I say this, I laugh because I feel 90% of us get this wave of motivation, new year, new me mentality. It sets you up for extreme goals that sound inspiring, but lack any clarity and structure. When I talk about clarity, you focus on the end goal. By the end of 2025, I'm going to be a new person. No, you're going to be the same fucking person that you were last year, unless you focus on the process rather than the end goal. If you don't change anything, nothing's going to change. We all can have big goals. 90% of us set unrealistic goals. Life happens. We miss one day or one bad meal and you feel you failed and you're the same fucking person you were last year. Because you're not focusing on the process that you need to get to those goals or whatever those goals are. What do you need to implement that you're not implementing right now to create change? 2 big goals and doing it too fast, going from 0 to 100 overnight. Yes, that's all good and well when you have this new me, new year, new me thing. But in 1 week, 2 weeks, you burn out real quick. Being very vague. I want to be 20 kilos lighter by the end of the year. I'm going to be so much fitter. Yeah, cool. But you're still the same person. So to be that person, what do you need to implement? What's your plan? Create a plan. Because goals without a plan are just wishes. There was another study that shows that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February because they're unsustainable. Start small, be specific and realistic. Real change comes from consistency, not intensity. Don't set yourself up to fail by chasing these extremes and falling for the trap, new year, new me. You're the same fucking you that you were last year. Build habits, not resolutions. That takes me to enjoying the process rather than looking at the end goal. If you fall in love with the process of creating the personal life that you want, the end goal is going to seem so much more sustainable. Small, consistent actions over a long term equals change. Forget about the all or nothing mindset. Instead of I'll work out every day, I'll try and move my body consistently 3 days every week for the year. Attach new habits to things you already do. An example, every morning I get up, I make a coffee. I could attach a habit to that, like habit stacking, and say I'm going to drink a glass of water after that cup of coffee. Once that becomes a habit, that process is going to encourage me to drink more water for the year Set goals that align with your values. Stop chasing what looks good on paper or what looks good on other people. Focus on what matters to you. Keep it sustainable. Not everybody is the same. This person that you might be following on Instagram or Facebook or social media, whatever you're feeding your brain, you have no idea what goes on behind closed doors in that person's life. So stop chasing other people's dreams. Start chasing your own. As I keep saying, new year, new me is fucking bullshit. You're the same person unless you choose to create different habits and set goals that align with who you are and what your values are. Progress over perfection. You don't need to have it all figured out. Show up for yourself even when it's messy, when it seems hard. Celebrate all your small wins. All these small wins over time are what matters. Fuck the pressure to be a whole new person. You're already enough. 2025 is about building on who you are and showing up for yourself, one step at a time. Reflect on what you've already achieved. Build confidence and shift your mindset to one of the gratitude and progress. Recognize wins, big or small, and remind yourself you're capable of growth. Growth looks different on each individual. Be intentional with your goals. What truly matters to you? Make them more meaningful and sustainable. Unlike rigid resolutions that are driven by the new year, new me, value-driven intentions allow you to have flexibility and are more aligned with what truly matters with you. Start with small habits. They're the building blocks of any big changes. Starting small brings momentum. When life happens, the small habits are easier to implement, and over time, the small ones are going to make big changes. Make it specific and easy to track. Tracking is important. If you cannot track it, you cannot change it. That's a wrap for today's episode of Real Talk Fitness with ANPT. If there's one thing I want you to take away, it's this. Write down one thing you're proud of in 2024. Set value-driven intentions for 2025. Fuck the new year, new me. Do not get caught in this trap. It's the same you with different intentions that align with your values. Same person that's trying to create different habits. Identify one small habit you'll focus on each week. Whether you're striving for a personal best, dialing in your nutrition, or just staying consistent in your routine, remember your journey is unique and every step forward is worth celebrating. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe and share it with someone who could use a little extra motivation. For more tips, workouts, and inspiration, follow me over at Ashleigh Newburn's personal training. Let's leave the bullshit behind and make 2025 the year of real sustainable growth. Thank you so much for tuning in to Real Talk Fitness with ANPT. Keep pushing, keep progressing, and above all, keep it real. Until next time.